Lesson 611, Angle Measures as Additives. The main focus of this lesson is for you to find an unknown angle measure, for you to find those angle measures in angles, and to be able to write equations once you find the angle measures. But first, let's start with our mental math and fluency. Sorry about that noise. How do you write 9/10 as a decimal? Well, 9 needs to go in the 10th spot, so it goes in the first spot to the right of the decimal point, 0.9. How do you write 3/10 as a decimal? Again, 3 goes in the 10th spot, the first place to the right of the decimal. And how do you write 7/10? You guessed it, the same way. The 7 goes in the 10th spot after the decimal. Remember, you are telling me this in base 10 numerals on your slates. Go to the file and get out Math Masters, page 244. Pause the recording and go get that quickly, please. The directions on this half sheet of paper say, the measure of angle ABPB is 17 degrees. The measure of angle BPC is 33. Without using a protractor, find the measure of another angle in the diagram. Hopefully you're realizing that if A to P to B is one angle, and B to P to C is another angle you could do is A to P to C. So that's what you're going to write here. A, P, C. Remember, you can't use a protractor. So how can you figure out what the measurement of this angle will be? Well, if A to P to B is 17 degrees, and B to P to C is 33 degrees, then to figure out A to P to C, I need to add 17 plus 33, which is going to give me a measure of 50 degrees. What is this straight angle called? Hopefully you remember from the review that that is called a straight angle. What is the measure of that angle? It's 180 degrees. When the sum of two angles measure is 180 degrees, the angles are called supplementary angles. So when someone asks you, how could you figure out the measurement of this angle if it wasn't on the screen, you could say, well, I know the straight angle is 180 and this obtuse angle is 140. So 180 minus 140 would make this angle 40. When the sum of two angles measure is 90 degrees, they are called complementary angles. So what is the measure of a right angle? You should know it's 90 degrees. So take a look at the information that they have given you. They told you that this angle is measuring 45 degrees. So how can I figure out what this angle measures? Well, my equation with my unknown would look like this. 90 degrees, which I know is what a right angle measures, and that's what it is showing me, minus the 45 degrees that it also stated, its answer will equal the unknown measurement, which is C. Go ahead and finish Math Journal, page 218. Then go up to the answer key and correct it. See how you did with it. If you had any part of it wrong, go ahead and bring it back to me, and I will explain to you further what it is you need to be doing instead. Pause the recording now and finish Math Journal, page 218. What you're seeing here on the screen is what is going to be your assessment check-in for this lesson. It says, Jacob combined an angle measuring 30 degrees and an angle measuring 50 degrees. Ella made an angle measuring 80 degrees. Whose angle was larger? And I want you to come up and explain to me how you know. When you come up for this lesson, just tell me that it is the 611 assessment check-in, and I will ask you to respond to me and give me your answer for this question. I'm giving it to you now so you can think about what your reply to me, your answer, is going to be. Pause the recording now, think about that answer, and when you're confident that you know it, come up to me and tell me what it is. Your next assignment for this unit is for you to do Math Journal, page 219. Again, pause the recording now if you do not need me to read the directions to you for this page. Math box number 1 says multiply, and then fill in the circle next to the best answer. Math box 2 says, a flower shop sells bouquets of daisies. Each bouquet has 8 daisies. The shop has 92 daisies. How many bouquets can the florist make? You need to write your number model with the unknown. So you have 92 total, and you're dividing them into groups of 8. So write that number model, and then find your answer. Math box 3 states, put these numbers in order from smallest to largest. Math box 4, angle EDF is what kind of angle? Write that on the line. And then use a protractor to measure the angle and write how many degrees it is here. And finally for 5, it says draw a diagram or picture to show how you solved problem 2. Be sure to label your work and explain what the remainder means. Pause the recording now, finish Math Journal, page 219. Go up to the answer key, correct it, and again, anything wrong, bring it to me so I can explain where you went wrong. And the final assignment for this lesson is Math Masters, page 248. Go up to the file, get that paper please, and then find the unknown angle measures. Do not use a protractor. They are telling you right up here that a right angle needs to measure 90 degrees total, that a straight angle needs to measure 180, and you need to write an equation with an unknown. So remember, I'll do this first one with you. They're telling you to say that 30 degrees plus, and I'm going to use y because that's what they put there, y equals, and I know it's 90 because it's a right angle, 90 degrees. And then you simply put your answer right here in the answer key. Finish this entire page, including the practice at the bottom. Bring it up to me so I can check it off and make sure you're ready to go on. Thank you.